No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Buckeyes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So USC's offense will get the ball first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day, and I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back into 16. And Ohio State makes a ton of highlights with the big pass plays, but this defense has turned in its share over the years too.
So many guys that we could go back. The Bosa brothers, Chase Young, just recently, the guys that they put their hand in the dirt and they go make things happen, get after quarterbacks like you see right here.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Dampier. Puts it out of the air. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. New set of downs after the completion. On the ground, it's Hawkins. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch.
Looking deep down the right side. Wrapped it inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. And the Trojans had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. 2nd and goal for the offense. Tries again to get it in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind. All right, decision time early. I'm just going field goal here. Put some points on the board and pay off this nice opening drive.
And I get that, but I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going for the touchdown. Even if I get stopped, they got to go almost the whole length of the field. I'm starting the game aggressive.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Ohio State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
1st and 10 from their own 17. They'll give it to the back. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Caught behind the line. It's Hardy. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. And the Buckeyes come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to get it through the air. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Buckeyes! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing him go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
Back to throw, it's Dampier. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. The Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. From the gun, running back gets the give. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal for them.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball, no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you.
USC 0.
First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Back to pass. Snagged out of the air. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He might want another play. Looking to throw for it. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Ohio State. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll bring it back. He gets a block. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, USC. be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and then guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives. Oh, he's got some space. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hardy. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. Still on his feet at the 45. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. Gets it past the marker. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no...
Open field on the right. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
Hey, if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And he added the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Makes the catch. It's Smith. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Hand off from the shotgun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Turns it on in midfield. Give him 105 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season.
When I go into every game, I want to get my running back going. I want to get the ground game going, and he has. This afternoon, over 100 yards now, showed you a little bit of everything in the run game, and that's why this offense has been humming.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. The Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. The offense changing the play. The toss sweep to the right. There he goes. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. And the Buckeyes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Rides the back on the option to give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Snags it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision.
And the ball is loose on the return.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Line getting set on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to the big tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. This senior showed some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Dampier. Fires to the tight end. At the 35, he's got room. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. Intercepted to stop the threat. Takes the pick back to the 32-yard line, and now this offense will be in business.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message they'll have to carry into halftime. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They get to him as he throws.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up, trying to make a big play, trying to get the Hail Mary.
Back to pass. It's Dampier. He's going to throw deep right side. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. The Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the 3rd quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Tennessee is delivering an offensive masterpiece so far. It feels like they've been singing Rocky Top all day. They're up 14 over South Carolina. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Catch in the middle. It's Strachan. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Unloads it left. Got him in the open. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the 1st down.
And they always got one of these. A big arm sucker that can swing the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood.
Breaks into the open.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Looking downfield, it's Dampier. Connection to the right. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. The Trojans are on the move. Snap in the shotgun. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Quarterback adapting. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
Yeah, in this part of the field, man, those windows shrink, and it's hard as a quarterback sometimes to really force yourself to throw the football. You're sitting in a good spot in 2nd and goal. Just throw that thing away. Don't take the sack and put you in a bad situation.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
I know we're in the 3rd quarter, but because they're trailing like they are, they're right now in 4-down mode every single drive. You throw an incompletion down in the red zone, this is a no-brainer. They're going to be throwing it again, and we'll see if the defense can step up here.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Direct snap. Got enough for the first down. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a miss.
Just plowing ahead. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. The give on the inside. Turning it on. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Got enough space. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the pummeling has started. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. They marched 79 yards on the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
USC 17.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The analytics nerds say the goal is at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Straka. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass, it's Dampier. Makes the grab. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to throw on first down. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I've been impressed with this defense physically. Like, their physical domination of the line of scrimmage. Just the run game has been pretty non-existent so far. And, man, when you control the run game, a lot of times you can control offenses.
On fourth down, going to the air. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
It's caught downfield. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Here comes the heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Buckeyes line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Offense getting set for first down. Back to throw, it's Dampier. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
And this is always the time in the game when coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Hawkins. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did. You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. The Buckeyes come to the line needing just inches for the first down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Oh, he's got some space. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Using his legs, it's Hardy. Can't get him to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
At the 5-yard line. 1st and goal. All right, let's get it. Right.